Good morning. Welcome to the last day of this divine December, this magnificent 2021, where all of us have evolved in a spiritual journey. Let's give it a beautiful farewell by giving a lot of gratitude on this fabulous day, on this fabulous Friday morning. And now let's start our morning, the last day of this new year, with the power of dreams. Let's start. Welcome back. So we've been talking about letting go. We talked about love, unconditional love. We talked about peace, and we understood that only if we are in the accepting mode, that everything is fine, that's when peace can come. That's when love can come. That's when acceptance can be on its prime level. But if we don't accept, then where will there be a reason for us to be peaceful? Peaceful is a state where everything is comfortable. Anybody can say anything. We will not get irked or jittered or in a frenzy activity because we are very much accepting it at that moment. So let's read this chapter and continue our journey. The last paragraph on this particular page 193, and that says, the next afternoon, a thought arose. Now that the way to reality had been revealed, there could be a return to the consciousness of being that individual person, which had formerly been accepted as real. So finally, we'll be awakened. Finally, we'll be able to live the life that we've always wanted in true consciousness. Just as the air in the room does not experience the contents of the room, there was no longer an I that experienced my own existence. In that space, there was no I to experience the I am. To return to individual consciousness meant that a choice would have to be made. In truth, the choice made itself, for there was no I to make a decision. The desire to experience this individual self became re-energized on its own. The option of letting it go was present, but there was the return of memory of things yet to be finished in the world. As a sense of I-ness returned, the choices were witnessed, not actively decided. The process of returning was taking place. It could be allowed, or could it be that we could let it go? It was allowed, and so the process of return continued. Next morning dawned, the return was complete, but now with a different sense of personal identity. The truth of the self had been revealed. The responsibility for having chosen to experience life once again as an individual was accepted, yet without being at the effect of a belief in individual existence. In fact, by conscious choosing, there was complete responsibility for it. Experientially, all this happened autonomously. So the minute we are in a peaceful journey, the minute there is no separate I, lower self, I, higher self, the minute we are aware, we are conscious that letting go is the only truth, and that we are indeed made of love and light, and we don't have to choose. If we follow our heart, whatever is in the world of love will be chosen automatically by our heart. It's autonomous. It's not like you have to make a choice. When you get that profound feeling, and if you even come back into your I-ness where you are like, okay, I am living, I make a choice, it'll be much different than what you had felt when you knew I, the ego, was ruling you. There's a complete shift in your energy. Now, at one time, such states of consciousness as the above are considered to be solely the province of the mystic. At the present time, however, the investigation of these states, the mental states we're talking about, and the information obtainable from them is considered to be the leading edge of science, especially that branch of physics concerned with quantum mechanics and high energy subatomic particles. Investigations of these particles indicate that they are not things in the usual sense, but are usually events that occur as a result of energy frequencies. Science now postulates a transcendent frequency beyond space and time. An impressive body of research in many laboratories has demonstrated that the brain perceives by sophisticated mathematical analysis of frequency patterns. So I think all of us are aware that now there are machines that have been found. They see what are you vibrating at, what is your frequency, what are you looking at, your color, your aura determines what are you thinking, what are you into. And this is all possible because of quantum physics study, because of so much of think about time and space. And there are so many movies that are made about shattering the very time. I'm not sure how many of you are aware. They say time is the only constant, and yet it is believed that we live parallel lives. We think it's 2022 here, it's 1933 there, or whatever, something else there. But we're living the same life. Not the same life, we're living lives, I would say. So all of these are also paradigms to be shattered. When you know you're aware of this life at this time, just be in the moment. Give it your best. Rarely you find it, just give it your best. These findings have resulted in the so-called holographic paradigm, which states that everything in the universe is connected with everything else, including the human mind. We are just a part of a huge chain. If you look at a chain with links, we're just one tiny little link in this huge life. Now, this life is in the universe is made of trillions and trillions of stuff, and we are just one of them. In the hologram, each part contains the whole. Consequently, each individual mind is capable of reflecting the entire universe. This relationship between consciousness and science constitutes a whole field in which there is rapidly growing interest, as is indicated by the publishing of such books as the Holographic Paradigm, Wholeness and the Implicate Order, The Tao of Physics, Dancing Woolly Masters, Mindful Universe, Psychiatric Science, and the publication of articles with titles such as Field Consciousness and the New Perspective on Reality, the Unfolding Universe, the Holographic Model, Physics and Mysticism, and the Medium, the Mystic, and the Physicist. So lots of books. If you're really interested in this, lots of books are available. Yes, many go overhead transmission. That's why I think reading together is kind of clear, because if something tough comes up, we kind of elaborate. We can ask each other the relevance, the meaning, or whatever. But of course, whoever is interested can go for these. Leading amongst these researchers are neuroscientist Carl Brim of Stanford University and the late physicist David Bohm of the University of London, whose theories can be summarized. Our brains mathematically construct concrete reality by interpreting frequencies from another dimension, a realm of meaningful pattern primary reality that transcends time and space. So as you know, I keep harping about it, we live in one dimension. Some say we're in the fifth, some say we're in the sixth, we're living in one dimension. And there are many, many, many dimensions, lower as well, higher as well. Now, our brain, many must have heard that our brain works like calculator, right? It's like faster than a computer for many people who really think fast, right? So our brain is calculating normally. Even if somebody has a low understanding of math, yet the brain calculates. Now, whatever frequency it's picking up from your surroundings within ourselves, that's the real reality. It doesn't matter it's happening. Now, when we go to a movie and if there's something adrenaline rushing, your heart starts beating. It's not happening in reality. But your brain can't make out कि सच में आप उस scene पे you're facing it right now, or is it in the movies? It doesn't make. Now, the dimension that we're talking about, now that's a realm of meaningful patterned primary reality. जो time and space के beyond है. It's planned, it's patterned, it's not like it's erratic. And the brain is therefore a hologram interpreting holographic universe. About this, there are many, many, many books which can take in detail, but I'll not go into them because it is a little confusing for somebody who's just beginning the journey. It's interesting that theories of advanced theoretical physics, which are the product of so-called left brain activities, now require a new context in order to be comprehended. The context that is evolving from these left brain scientific researches matches reality as witnessed by the mystic, who represents right brain function. As whichever side of the mountain we choose to climb, we end up at the same point, the peak. That's a very beautiful way to know that पहुंचना peak पे है. यहाँ से जा रहे, यहाँ से जा रहे, it really does not matter. What it matters is we're looking at a context of traveling all the way there. It doesn't matter if it's right or left. What matters is your journey up. A third way up the mountain is through the mechanism of surrender. Now, in my opinion, you can reach your goal, however, but you can reach your goal fastest and easiest and effortlessly when we let go, when we surrender, and when we realize that there's nothing to hold on to. And each one of us, therefore, has the opportunity to verify for ourselves the ultimate nature of reality itself, which is the same as that revealed to the mystic or the physicist. We can envision that with each and every surrender, we take another step up the side of the mountain. Some of us will ascend until the view gets better and choose to stop there. Others will go still higher. And then there will be those of us who will not be satisfied until we have reached the very peak and verified it for ourselves. Although at that point, there is no longer an individual person to verify anything, for it has been surrendered completely. So, you know what's happening in the process of going? So, be on this page, yes, thanks. So, what's happening in the process of going up the mountain? Like you may imagine yourself like an onion, you may imagine yourself like a person who's on Everest, who's wearing like about 8 layers of clothes. With every elevation, with every step you take, you're taking off one layer. So what do you become in the process? Can someone tell me? When we keep taking off layers, how do we feel? Bodily, physically, spiritually, emotionally, how do we feel? When you're letting go of one emotion or the other, in conjunction with thinking of it as a layer, how do we feel when yes, absolutely. Light, free, yes, more of love. So we are following Mother Nature, we're following the universal law. And when we're doing that, the journey up is going to be happier, brighter, better, more fulfilling, more energetic, because you're making that conscious decision. And how are you making that? To again and again and again and again remind ourselves, let go, enjoy the process of life. Now, this process of life will bring us to lots of downs and ups. All of us have conquered COVID or not. चाहे हमें physically हुआ है, चाहे नहीं हुआ है. These 2 years of lockdown, कभी lockdown, कभी नहीं, कभी हमने manage किया है कि नहीं. Some of us have fallen into depression in the sense we are not able to handle our life. We are crying, sitting down a corner, sulking, and we're just like in a very unhappy state. We are angry. And some of us have taken a pause, gone inside, and emerged better. Now, साल तो निकला, उसका भी निकला, इसका भी निकला. But किसका कैसा निकला depends upon the person's frequency. So how do we want to live our life? By holding on to be too attached or by letting it go? What do you want to feel? Lighter, happier, more in love, or constricted, attached, claustrophobic? How do you want to feel? Depends completely upon you. Peace will come to those who are ready for peace, who are ready to accept the reality. Now, let's talk about letting go. In this chapter number 14, where physically we are going to be reducing our stress and any kind of dis-ease or illness. Now, all of us by now are very familiar that we are the ones who create physical illness. We are familiar, we've talked about this in many books. I've even shared this book on Heal Your Body, in which you just merely say affirmations and you know why you've got that disease and then you heal it. Right. Now, psychological aspects and stress proneness. We all are prone to stress. Being human beings, to err is to be a human, so they say. I feel when we err, when we make a mistake, that's when we realize, okay, I made a mistake and this is not to be done like this. So I would say every mistake is an opportunity for us to learn. Now that's brilliant. Now, when we are prone to stress, why are we stressing about stress? Why? Why can't we again let it go? Let's understand the science a little deeper and let's delve into this deeper. Though available to all of us, the state of peace is reached by very few people. Quote unquote. Very few people. Why? 90% of us are holding on to attachment. मेरा ये, मेरा वो, मेरा ये फर्ज है, मेरा ये काम है, मेरा ये, मेरा वो. We've spoken about this yesterday and before also. If you drop that mera layer, you will find peace faster than others. Right now, आप एक भ्रम में रह रहे हैं कि नहीं मैं अपने फर्ज कर रही हूँ तो हाँ मैं अपने आप कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर रही हूँ मुझे पीस मिल रहा है घर में शांति बनी हुई है अगर आपके अंदर पीस नहीं है तो आपके आसपास पीस कैसे होगा रिमेंबर एनर्जी ट्रांसफर होता है हमारे अंदर और बाहर सेम एनर्जी आती है दैट्स व्हाई दे से चूज द कंपनी दैट यू गो इन check the vibration of your in and surroundings. Have I shared with you all that lemon challenge or that lemon thing? Like how lemon picks up the energy of things around you. Today I'm going to share it. If I forget, please remind me. You can keep a lemon on your spouse's bedside or your house energy and see what kind of आपके लेमन में भी एनर्जी दिखती है कि अच्छी एनर्जी है कि बुरी एनर्जी है बुरी एनर्जी किसकी होती है जो बहुत ज्यादा अटैच्ड होता है जो छोड़ ही नहीं पाता मोह माया को मैं ये नहीं बोलती वी आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू डू आवर वर्क वी आर पीपल इन प्रोग्रेस वी विल डू आवर ड्यूटीज बट कितनी अटैचमेंट है उस ड्यूटी से दैट डिपेंड्स अपॉन यू द इनर एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ मोस्ट पीपल इज मार्क्ड बाय कांस्टेंट स्ट्रेस most of the stress that results in emotional and physical disorders in a society is psychological in origin साइकोसोमैटिक होता है या साइकोलॉजिकल होता साइकी की वजह से ही है Our response to stress depends on our stress proneness and as we pointed out earlier this is directly the result of the amount of suppressed and repressed feelings we have accumulated हमारे ब्रेन ने एक पैटर्न ऑब्जर्व कर लिया है कि इस सिचुएशन में दिस इज द रिएक्शन एंड वो रिएक्शन फाइल्स की तरह हमारे सबकॉन्शियस माइंड में है जब वो सिचुएशन आएगी ऑटोमेटिकली वही रिएक्शन आएगा अब उस रिएक्शन को चेंज कैसे करें बाय आस्किंग योरसेल्फ अगेन एंड अगेन मैंने क्यों रिएक्ट किया क्या सप्रेस किया हुआ है क्या चीज है जो मैंने अभी तक आंसर नहीं किया एड्रेस नहीं किया मुझे इससे क्या फायदा हो रहा है और मैं कैसे करूं जिससे ये मेरा खत्म हो जाए जब तक हम डीप डाइव अंदर नहीं करेंगे अपने अंदर तब तक ये स्ट्रेस रिलेटेड डिजीजेस नहीं निकल पाएंगे तब तक इमोशनल प्रेशर नहीं निकल पाएगा तब तक आप प्रेशर कुकर की तरह बने रहें पता नहीं कब कहाँ फट जाए बिकॉज आपके पैटर्न्स आपके अंदर हैं सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू become aware of what we are going through very important to see it to accept it to question it to change it the main stress to the majority of us most of the time is not due to external stimuli, but to the pressure of our own suppressed emotion. चीजें सिर्फ होती हैं आसपास ट्रिगर वो नहीं करती ट्रिगर आपके अंदर का जो है आपने देखा और आपके अंदर पैटर्न बना हुआ, एंड दैट्स व्हाट ट्रिगर्स यू. आपने कितना अपने आप को दबाया हुआ है, कितना कॉम्प्रोमाइज किया हुआ है, कितना आपने अपने आप को लाभ नहीं किया. और ये इस सब का भी एक चीज है, धीरे धीरे लेट गो, कि मेरे उस समय मुझे करना था कॉम्प्रोमाइज, अब क्यों कर रहा हूं मैं? व्हाई नाउ? These suppressed emotions become the primary stressor, so that even in a calm external environment, we are still subject to chronic internal stress. आप एक बहुत अच्छी जगह पे बैठे हुए हैं तो भी आपको अंदर स्ट्रेस हो रहा है. क्यों? क्योंकि आपके प्राइमरी स्ट्रेसर्स, आपके सप्रेस्ड ऑप्रेस्ड फीलिंग्स कहीं ना कहीं कैटलिस्ट बन रही है और अंदर ही अंदर बीमारी पनप रही है आपके. चाहे आपको पता है चाहे आपको नहीं पता, 99% अनजाने में बीमारी पनपती है इंटरनल स्ट्रेस की वजह से. आपको एक्सटर्नली नहीं दिख रहा है, बिकॉज वो अंदर ही अंदर आपके पास मिलियन ट्रिलियंस ऑफ केमिकल्स हैं बॉडी में, एंड दे आर वर्किंग थ्रू. We can observe that the external stress factors are merely the straws that eventually break the camel's back. The main stress load is what we carry around with us all the time. The psychological programming in a society is so extensive that for most people, even relaxing and enjoying a vacation is a problem. Guilt says we should be doing something else. 90% of people think for me कि पता नहीं कितना काम है इस लड़की को. when I say कि I'm free, किसी दिन मैं अगर बोल देती हूँ कि मैं तो बहुत फ्री हूँ, तुम कैसे फ्री हो सकती हो? तुम्हारे पास इतने सारे काम है. अग्रीड है, बट मैंने फ्री के लिए भी टाइम बनाया है. And that choice of being free is my choice. उस समय no phone calls. आप बोलोगे तो भी no phone call, unless and until I know it's very, very, very urgent. Why do we have to all the time keep doing something else? Why can't we sometimes just relax? Today is the last day of the New Year's. Why aaj bhi rush, rush, rush? Why aaj bhi resolutions? Can't we have one resolution to live a blessed life, to be aware, to be conscious? Rather than ये करना ये करना ये करना है. ठीक है, goals है, we've written them down, right? But why create that stress? Why not say, what, I trust the process of life, and yes, I have these goals, but I know whatever unfolds this year will be for my highest best and the highest best of others, and let the divine guide me. That's it. Can that be a goal? To be more conscious, to be more aware. हर समय डिसअपॉइंटमेंट, हर समय रिजेक्शन, हर समय ह्यूमिलेशन, या हर समय अपने आप का ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन, द सेंस दैट यू जस्ट killing yourselves again and again and again repeatedly. And can we have one goal? This year, I am the priority. I, the soul, am a priority. I'm going to go inward, and when I go inward spiritually, everything around me will magically increase. My finances, my abundance, my love, my relationships, they'll all go in abundance. And there is immediate disappointment when you're relaxing. Sometimes immediately आपको relax करने को आ गया, अरे कैसे, हाउ, क्या क्या हो गया? There is less restless. अब क्या करूं, अब क्या करूं, अब क्या करूं? अरे मेरे को तो फन करना है, मैं तो यहाँ पर इस चीज के लिए आया था, अब मुझे ये करना है. आई कांट बी रिलैक्सिंग. टाइम नहीं वेस्ट कर सकता. कई लोग हॉलिडे में जाते हैं, रिलैक्स नहीं करते. वो इसके बाद ये दिखना है, इसके बाद ये दिखना है, इसके बाद ये दिखना है. अरे होटल जा रहे हो, कई बार रिलैक्स भी कर लो ना. बट नहीं, टू डू लिस्ट, यहाँ निकलना है, यहाँ मील खानी, यहाँ ये करना है. एवरीथिंग प्री प्लान, नॉट इम्प्रॉम्प्टू एट ऑल, बिकॉज आता ही नहीं इम्प्रॉम्प्टू ना, पता ही नहीं हाउ टू हैव फन. एवरीथिंग इज लाइक अ मशीन वर्किंग वर्किंग वर्किंग. Most busy executives begin to secretly look forward to getting back to work while they are on vacation. कितने लोग हैं अपना लैपटॉप लेकर जाते हैं, मोबाइल लेकर जाते हैं, वर्कलोड लेकर जाते हैं, when they grumble कि अरे हमने तो इतना दिन लगा दिया, and देखो हम अपना इतना काम मिस कर दिया. And when they're back to it, they enjoy it. Wow, I'm back to it. चलो अब everything is good. हॉलिडे को एंजॉय ही नहीं कर पाए और आज भी नहीं एंजॉय कर रहे हो बिकॉज आपने पॉज ही नहीं लिया. The effects of suppressed and repressed feelings plus stress precipitating factors are responsible for most emotional and physical illnesses. There's an emotional, psychological component in all diseases, and because of this, it is possible to reverse the disease process by removing the internal stress factors. This accounts for the many recoveries reported daily from serious and potentially fatal illnesses by the use of emotional spiritual techniques. The best way to remove these diseases is to first understand कि disease आया क्यों है. हम लोग कोई masters नहीं है, so हमारे पास heal your body book है. उसमें देखकर पढ़कर कि अरे मुझे बीमारी इस reason की वजह से आई है. अब जब reason दिख गया, अपने अंदर आंखें बंद करके कि reason कहाँ आया, कब आया, and understand it. अपने आप जवाब मिलेंगे. And just talk to that reason कि okay, this is why you came, I accept it, and I'm sorry. Now let's change it because हमें फायदा नहीं हो रहा इस बीमारी को आने से. How can we recover? Answers हमारे अंदर हैं. Again, let me tell you, spiritual techniques बहुत सीख ली और बहुत सीखनी बाकी है. Emotionally अपने आप को strong करना सीख लिया है, कर रहे हैं और करना भी बाकी है और हमेशा करना पड़ेगा. Many cures take place after all medical methods have failed. हमने देखा है ना मिराक्युलसली, इवन बॉलीवुड मूवीज में दिखा होगा, रियल लाइफ में दिखा होगा कि डॉक्टर्स बोलते हैं अब तो भगवान का ही सहारा है, देन पीपल स्टार्ट प्रेइंग एंड देन मैजिक्स हैपन. यस, दे हैपन. मेनी क्योर्स टेक प्लेस. One reason for this is the stage where there's nothing else we can do. The patients give up and they seek and respect and accept the true basic nature and cause of their illness. जब एक्सेप्टेंस आ जाती है, हीलिंग आ जाती है, क्योंकि आप मदर नेचर के फ्लो में फ्लो कर रहे हो कि अब मुझे कोई रिटेलिएशन नहीं है, कोई ऑपोजिशन नहीं है, आई एम जस्ट गोइंग टू फ्लो. द मिनट वी एक्नॉलेज एंड वी लेट गो ऑफ आवर सप्रेस्ड फीलिंग्स, now automatically you're reducing a personal stress proneness very, very easily, very progressively, and you're lowering the vulnerability to stress related problems or illnesses. जब आपने अपने आप को रिलीज कर दिया, सप्रेस्ड और ऑप्रेस्ड फीलिंग्स को एक्सेप्ट कर लिया और आपने अपने आप को स्ट्रॉन्ग बना लिया बाय एक्सेप्टिंग इट, बाय सरेंडरिंग इट, यू आर नो लॉन्गर वल्नरेबल और प्रॉब्लम्स वैसी नहीं आएंगी. Most people who learn and practice the letting go technique notice a progressive improvement in physical health and vitality. I don't know how many of you have tried this. अगर जुकाम है, एक्सेप्ट कर लो, इट्स ओके, चला ही जाएगा, व्हाट्स अ बिग डील. बट उसको आप 5 दिन में दवाइयां दे देके उसको सप्रेस कर दिया अंदर, तो दोबारा जब आएगा इट विल कम विद अ वेंजेंस. ऑटोमेटिकली हील करने दो ना, टाइम लगेगा, लग जाएगा, शॉर्ट रिजोल्यूशन कर करना. Very, very important to understand this. And let's talk about the medical aspects of stress. We are human beings जो early man से बने हैं. We have seen our journey ना कि कैसे monkey kingdom, ape kingdom से हम human beings बने हैं. And पहले के टाइम पे कुछ फायर नहीं थी, कुछ भी नहीं थी. खाना खाने के लिए हमको जरूरत है, हमें खाना खाना जरूरी है. एक्चुअली हमको जरूरत नहीं थी, पर हमें लगा कि हमें खाना खाएंगे तो ही लिव करेंगे, तो हमने जानवरों को हंट करना शुरू कर दिया. अब हमने हंट किया तो उन्होंने भी हमें हंट किया, बिकॉज हम एक डेंजरस स्पीशी बन गए. अब स्ट्रेस तो हमारे अंदर है कि कौन दिख रहा है, कहाँ से मैं अटैक हो जाऊंगा, मुझे रहने के लिए भी जगह नहीं, वाइल्डनेस में रह रहे हैं ना. सो वी आर एक्चुअली बॉर्न विद स्ट्रेस का radiators, acceptors around us, that we are built with it, so we can't change that. But what can we do? नजरिया दिखने का बदल सकते हैं. Stress is a response to a perceived threat, real or imaginary, to our security or bodily equilibrium. तभी मूवीज में भी अगर कुछ ऐसे चल रहा होता है तो हम स्ट्रेस हो जाते हैं, अब क्या होगा, धक 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 होती है, चाहे वो रियल में है कि नहीं, डजंट मैटर, वो स्ट्रेस हमारा रिस्पॉन्स कर रहा है. The stimulus may be internal or external. It may be physical, mental, or emotional. The basic research into the body's physical response to stress was done by Dr. Hans Sell and Dr. Walter Cannon. Sell described, he called the general adaptation syndrome. In response to a stressful stimulus, the body first goes through an alarm reaction, secondly, a stage of resistance, and if stimulus continues, it may result in the third stage of exhaustion syndrome. Shut down हो जाते हैं, give up कर लेते, स्ट्रेस से परेशान हो जाते हैं, बस ये तो हो गया, एक्सेप्ट कर लिया कि ये चीज आ रही है. एक्सेप्टेंस जरूरी है ही, राइट? लेकिन एक्सेप्टेंस की जगह हम क्या करते हैं, रेजिस्ट करते हैं. क्यों आ रही है, तो उसको हम एक्सपैंड कर देते हैं. अगर वो कंटिन्यू करेगी, कुछ हम एक्सपैंड कर रहे हैं, तब फाइनली है रात, परेशान हो गए. Now let's understand. The alarm reaction occurs via the pathway of the cerebral cortex, also called the hypothalamus, which is in the lower brain. Adrenaline glands, blood streams, cortisol, adrenaline, which means entire body. दिमाग से शुरू हुआ, लोअर ब्रेन में आया, एड्रेनलिन ग्लैंड्स में आया, आपके ब्लड स्ट्रीम में आ गया, ब्लड स्ट्रीम में आ गया तो पूरी बॉडी में आ गया. In addition, there's a release of brain hormones and stimulation of the body's sympathetic nervous system. Brain chemicals release करता है जो सारी की सारी body में आ जाते हैं. The adrenaline then goes to all the body organs and prepares them for fight or flight. दो ही काम हमें आते हैं, या तो हम लड़ते हैं या हम भाग के चले जाते हैं. बहुत कम हम passively accept करके वहीं पर रहते हैं. Many people, especially in big cities, learn to live off the adrenaline high of constant challenges. The threat to survival of the intense competition keeps the adrenaline flowing. Typically, they get depressed on weekends or vacations. They're addicted to excitement at abnormal situations, stimulation. They get used to the semi-euphoria induced by the high levels of cortisol. And let me tell you something, that's the reason we are all addicts. Phone addicts, laptop addicts, Netflix addicts, food addicts, whatever kinds, because we are used to the stimulus. बिना इसके हम लाइफ लिव, वी कांट इमेजिन लाइफ विदाउट देम. हमें आता ही नहीं एक्चुअल जीवन जीना विद जस्ट आवर ब्रेथ वर्क. वी आर ऑलवेज यूज्ड टू या तो लिख लो या पढ़ लो या मोबाइल में देख लो या कुछ बना लो, कर लो. The second stage that of resistance is the body's attempt to restore homeostatic balance. It involves hormonal changes and shifts in metabolism and mineral balance. Commonly, there is sodium accompanied by water retention in the tissues. Some executives, for instance, develop swollen ankles as the week goes by. And then on Friday evening, they have frequency of urination. They complain of a letdown due to the sudden decrease in level of the cortisol hormone. In addition to a somewhat euphoric effect, cortisol also has an anesthetic effect. Therefore, during the letdown period of low cortisol production, weekenders may notice physical symptoms that were ignored during the excitement of the work's week, and they may complain of many aches and pains over the weekend that weren't experiencing while at work. I don't know how many of you have realized, जब आप बहुत ज़्यादा busy हैं, दिमाग में दर्द, परेशानी नहीं दिखता. आप इतने busy हो, याद ही नहीं रहता. और जब आप फ्री हो जाते हो, अरे बॉडी यहाँ दुख रही है, वहां दुख रही है, अरे जब बिजी थे तब क्या हुआ, तो लोग बोलते हैं ये क्या बात है, ये इसीलिए है. अब आपका कॉर्टिसोल प्रोडक्शन लो हो गया क्योंकि आपके पास चीजें नहीं एक्साइट करने के लिए, तो अब खाली बैठे हो तो अब दर्द के ऊपर बॉडी जा रही है. फाइनल स्टेज आती है एग्जॉशन की. If stress continues unabatedly beyond the capacity of the body's coping mechanism, eventually they begin to fail. The state of adrenal exhaustion sets in. Body's defenses have become so weak they can't counter the effect of stress. Now there's suppression in the immune system. The body's organs begin to show pathological changes due to the long exposure to stress hormones. Most common thing stress के आता है, face पे breakout शुरू होते हैं, you start getting acne. The body's energy stores have become depleted, leading eventually to disease and finally death of the organism. ये liver failure हो गया या kidney failure हो गया because आपने उसको इतना stretch किया beyond the capacity, वो काम ही नहीं कर पाया, and it's all because of stress. During this acute alarm reaction, the stomach's motility halts, digestion stops, blood supply to stomach's lining is decreased. As stress continues, due to imbalance of the nervous system and hormonal changes, hyperacidity, overproduction of digestive enzymes occur. The heightened digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid acts on the weakened gastrointestinal lining, results in ulceration, producing stress ulcers. With continued stress, the ulcers may hemorrhage or perforate and precipitate a medical catastrophe. In other cases, the reaction to chronic abdominal stress may be the failure to produce hydrochloric acid or enzymes, resulting in chronic indigestion and poor nutrition. ये एक के बाद हो रहा है बॉडी में. हमारा गट हमारा कोर होता है, हमारा स्टमक. अगर हम कुछ डाइजेस्ट नहीं कर पा रहे लाइफ में कोई बात, तो हमारे गट में इफेक्ट करेगी. अगर यहाँ पर टेंशन है तो पेट में आएगी ही आएगी. और अगर इसको हम हैंडल बार बार नहीं कर पा रहे तो ये स्क्रू अप होगा, गिव अप करेगा ही करेगा. Besides the gastrointestinal tract, the cardiovascular system also reacts to stress by an alarm reaction. As the stress becomes chronic, the heart, the blood vessels, the kidneys may go through damage resulting in hypertension or coronary disease. The stress is eventually responsible for strokes, heart attacks, and hypertension, all of which are major cause of death across the world. So now let's de-stress ourselves by doing a sun salutation, by taking our energy again. Itna heavy pada hai. So अब really relax करते हैं, let go करते हैं. पूरी body से let's do a sun salutation. Let's just salute the sun with all our 8 parts and let's just do it. And let's come back, revive, re-energized, blessed.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityay Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkay Namaha. Om Bhaskaray Namaha. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise and to the one who guides us to salvation. The sun salutation now with the names of the postures both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasan, Hastuthanasan, Madhastasan, left leg back, Ashvasanchalanasana, Parvatasan, and hold this position. And now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasan, Adho Mukh Svanasana. Ashtang Namaskar, Bhujangasana, Parvatasan, left forward Ashvasanchalanasana, Padahastasana, Hastuthanasan, Pranamasan. On the right side, prayer position, raised arms pose, hand to feet pose, right leg back, equestrian pose, mountain pose, hold mountain pose, and slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs. Cobra. Press back to mountain. Right forward, equestrian pose. Hand to feet pose. Raised arms position. Prayer pose. One round of the sun salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing. Exhale. A deep inhale. A long exhale. Right leg back with an inhale. And exhale. Hold the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Right leg forward with a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
So we were talking about our body, our energy. We were talking about how our reactions are addressed in our body. Let's talk about the most important point, one of the most important. How the energy, we all know that all of our bodies have energy, chi ki pran, बिना उसके हम चल नहीं पाते. बाहर की energy हमारे अंदर आती, अंदर की बाहर जाती. We know all of that. Now ये energy system क्या है? How does it respond to stress and acupuncture system? Now body के 3 nervous system होते हैं. Voluntary network of nerves under conscious control and distributed primarily to voluntary muscles. तो वॉलंटरी नेटवर्क में जो आपका सिस्टम है उसमें मसल्स भी आती हैं. इनवॉलंटरी में नर्वस सिस्टम उसका जो है उसमें भी मसल्स आती हैं. नाउ इनवॉलंटरी ऑटोनॉमिक नर्वस सिस्टम सिंपैथेटिक एंड पैरासिम्पैथेटिक होता है, व्हिच इज यूजुअली कॉन्शियस, व्हिच इज यूजुअली अनकॉन्शियस. हमें पता ही नहीं होता, वो अपने आप से मैकेनिज्म चलते रहते हैं. जैसे कि हमारा हार्ट बीट कर रहा है, हमारी पल्स चल रही है, हमें एफर्ट नहीं करना पड़ता, एफर्टलेस होता है, अनकॉन्शियस होता है. And this is usually controlling our organs very, very well, such as heartbeat, blood flow, distribution, digestion, body chemistries. अब आपको ये नहीं करना पड़ेगा कि डाइजेस्ट करने के लिए कुछ काम करना पड़ेगा. अगर आप रिलैक्स करोगे तब डाइजेशन होगा, अपने आप होगा. कम खाओगे तो डाइजेशन होगा. बस आपका काम क्या है, बाहर से आपको कुछ एक्स्ट्रा नहीं डालना, दैट्स इट. बाकी अपने आप काम करता है. थर्ड पार्ट इज acupuncture system, which transmits the bioenergy to all the body structures and internal organs. This third system is least known in the Western science, but long understood in Eastern medicine and society. East India में बहुत बड़ी इसकी बात है, जापान में, कोरिया में, चाइना में. तो वहां से सिस्टम्स आए हैं इनको पंचर करने का. आपने देखा होगा नीडल्स लगते छोटे, they're working on this third aspect. In the acupuncture system, there is a flow of vital energy throughout the physical body via the body's invisible energy blueprint. जैसे घरों के blueprint होते हैं, हमारी body का blueprint होता है, energy का blueprint होता है. This energy system is described as having 12 main channels over the surface of the physical body, down to 12 main acupuncture meridians. हमारे हिंदी शास्त्र में आपने सुना होगा सूक्ष्म नाड़ी जो सबसे मेन होती है. सो इसी तरीके से आप वेस्टर्न वर्ल्ड में इन्हीं के नाम मेरिडियंस दिए जाते हैं. Now these are channels. From these channels there are many tributaries leading into the body's organ system. Abnormal distribution of energy into these meridians results in dysfunctioning of the affected organs and eventually the evolvement of the disease process. The vital bioenergy is the very flow of light itself. It is very quickly reactive to stress. This bioenergy reacts from instant to instant to fluctuating factors in our life, which are the changing patterns of our perceptions, our thoughts, our feelings. जो कन्वेंशनल तरीका है मेजर करने का बॉडी की मेडिकल रिएक्शन की वजह से, वो कंपैरेटिवली थोड़ा स्लो होता है. लाइक छोटी सी थॉट भी आपके मन में परेशानी, आपकी बॉडी में कुछ रिएक्शंस ले आती है. कई बार आप बीमारी के बारे में सोचते हुए बीमारी आ जाती है. So fleeting thought which may be accompanied by an emotional pang does not bring out a measurable change in the body's blood pressure or pulse in response. However, it instantly registers in the bioenergy system with a variety of rapid changes can be observed scientific, psychic, clinical methods. Overall balance हमारी जो बॉडी का होता है acupuncture energy system से वो regulate होता है by the activity of the thymus gland. जो आपने सुना होगा थायराइड अगर हो जाता है तो That gland is the most important, right? Everything is important, but that is regulating it. The bioenergy system is intimately connected to the body's immune system via the thymus gland. Chronic stress weakens the body's immune system, suppresses the thymus gland, and throws the bioenergy system out of balance. Strengthening the thymus gland or taking thymus supplements rebalances the bioenergy system. An extensive explanation of this is found in the book Behavioral Kinesiology and Life Energy by John Diamond, who's an MD. Now let's talk about these interventions to alleviate stress. Research by UCLA by Libeskind and Shavit during the 1980s further clarified the relationship among stress, suppression of the immune system, and the development of cancer by showing the intermittent stress on the release of the brain opiates known as endorphins. Stress in the form of intermittent shocks suppresses the immune system. ये intermittently stress आता है, हर समय stress नहीं आता, and वो system को shock करता रहता है. When the immune response is strong, there's release of the brain's endorphins, so-called anti-cancer killer cells. जब ये stress आता है, अगर हम strong build-up हैं, हम उस stress को affect नहीं होने देते अपने आप. क्यों? क्योंकि हमारी body release कर रही है cells जो उसको attack करके खत्म कर रही है उस situation को, तो आप negative नहीं feel करते. जब हम meditate करते हैं तभी भी ये केमिकल रिएक्शंस होता है बिकॉज आपकी बॉडी को उस समय इतनी हाई एनर्जी में कि वो उसको फाइट कर लेती है. So if you're going to kill young cancer cells, tumor cells, it's going to happen because your body has developed immunity. But when the immunity activity is suppressed and there is a reduced presence of endorphins, the activity of the anti-cancer cells diminishes. जब आप बार 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 स्ट्रेस ले रहे हो, कितना बॉडी डेवलप करेगी? आपने मेडिटेट नहीं किया, कुछ नहीं किया, अच्छे थॉट्स नहीं रखे, तो आपकी बॉडी इन सेल्स को क्रिएट नहीं कर पाती, खत्म कर देती है. और उसके बाद जब कैंसर के सेल्स आते हैं वो खत्म नहीं होते, वो ग्रो करते हैं बिकॉज आपकी बॉडी में डिफेंस मैकेनिज्म खत्म हो गया था. Now in the report in Science 223, our findings support the view that the central nervous system, by modulating immune function, exercises some measure of control over the inception and development of disease. The report goes on to say that a feeling of helplessness has been related to reduced anti-cancer cells, activities increased tumor growth. Depression in animals as well as humans lowers the immune system, the response. And this helplessness has to do with how much control the person and the animal feel they are having over stressful events. These findings help explain why depression and a sense of helplessness is associated with cancer. Further research confirms that the stress response was found to be a principal precondition for physical illness in animals and humans. The overall effect of stress on the immune system results in the blocking of the body's immune system because of the production of antibodies, autoantibodies. If these autoantibodies are themselves blocked, the immune system resumes once again. Therefore, the blocking of the immune system is reversible. That's good news, right? For example, research done at the Pasteur Institute of Paris resulted in so-called Broglie serum, which was injected intradermally, results in reactivation of the immune system. The treatment is called the IBR, immunobiologic rejuvenation treatment. A small amount of serum is injected within the skin on 3 successive days and results in rapid reactivation of the immune system. The reactivation of pro-health body responses is also seen in non-medical interventions as a correlation of meditation practice with a reduction in stress and depression. So very important for you all of us to know कितना भी stress के साथ आप गुजर रहे हो, जितना stress उतनी meditation. अगर स्ट्रेस है, बॉडी में परेशानी है, बीमारी है, सिंपली मेडिटेट क्या करना है? आंखें बंद करनी है और सिर्फ अपनी एनर्जी फ्लो दिखनी है. द बेस्ट फॉर दैट इज कॉन्सेंट्रेट ऑन योर ब्रेथ वर्क. ब्रेथ आना, ब्रेथ जाना, उतने में ही बॉडी रिलैक्स हो जाती है. So very important to see this. Very important to do nothing in meditation. Meditation is about doing nothing. And at times, if you want answers, you can go within yourself and you can practice and you can experience complete relaxation. Research run on college students, for example, found that meditation led to a decrease in the inflammatory stress reaction, which was linked to the elevation of depression. The study found the students who participated faithfully in a 6-week meditation training experienced improved immune system functioning. आधी बार बीमारी को ठीक करने के लिए आपको केमिकल्स की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती है. जितना आप अंदर जाओगे, इनवर्ट जाओगे, मेडिटेट करोगे, आप अपने आप को हील करोगे, बिकॉज आपकी बॉडी में हीलिंग पावर शुरू से है. यू हैव द पावर. Now, students in a control group who received only educational information about stress without the technique showed little to no physiological or psychological improvement. मैं बार बार आप लोग को बोलती हूँ कि अगर आप सिर्फ यहाँ पर आ रहे हो पढ़ने के लिए और उसको इम्प्लीमेंट नहीं कर रहे हो तो आपको फायदा कम होगा. पर जो इम्प्लीमेंट कर रहा है, प्रैक्टिस कर रहा है, उसको फायदा बहुत होगा, बिकॉज वो अपने प्रैक्टिस से सीखेगा. Unpublished research studies show in the 1980s, which I served as clinical advisor, showed a greater effectiveness of inner techniques in contrast to purely medical methods of stress reduction. अगर आप टेक्निक्स फॉलो करोगे तो आपका स्ट्रेस कम होगा. स्ट्रेस कम होना स्वाभाविक है, नेचुरल है हमारी बॉडी के लिए, बिकॉज आवर बॉडी डज नॉट वांट टू लिव विद स्ट्रेस. दैट्स अ गुड न्यूज. बॉडी को स्ट्रेस नहीं चाहिए, तो अपने बॉडी में जो आप अंदर क्वाइट जाएंगे, लिसन करेंगे, साइलेंट होंगे, अपने आप बॉडी अपने मेथड्स बता देगी. कई बार आप अपने आप को नई रिलैक्सेशन मेडिटेशन भी बना सकते हो, इन्वेंट कर सकते हो. The medical methods such as progressive relaxation have a positive effect. However, the ameliorative effect on heart rate and blood pressure is greater and more sustainable if the inner mechanisms are consciously applied. So conscious application is very, very, very important. कई लोग को मेडिटेशन के लिए नहीं समझ में आता तो अलार्म लगाते हैं, दिन के बीच में भी लगाते हैं कि ऑफिस में काम करते करते भी मैं 5 मिनट या 2 मिनट आंखें बंद करके अपने ब्रेथ वर्क पे कॉन्शियसली अवेयर हो सकता हूँ. We call it the breathing awareness. Immediately alarm baja, aankhein band hui, and just get aware of your breathing. Apne aap, your mind is becoming better and better and better. They report that they are able to handle stress because they are calmer in difficult situations after learning how to let go of negative feelings as the feelings arise. सिंपल मंत्र है फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस. अगर स्ट्रेस आएगा तो मेडिटेट करना है, आंखें बंद करना है, अपने आप एश्योरेंस देखना है, एंड डिवाइन गाइडेंस हमारे पास है, फिर भी उसको दोबारा इन्वोक करना है, आगाह करना है, मांगना है, सो दैट वी नो दैट वी आर इन डिवाइन गाइडेंस, डिवाइन ऑर्डर, एंड एवरीथिंग इज हैपनिंग वेरी ब्यूटिफुली. नाउ किनेसियोलॉजिकल टेस्टिंग क्या होती है? ये ग्रीक वर्ड से बना है. हमारी बॉडी में मूवमेंट होती है, उस मूवमेंट के आधार पे टेस्टिंग होती है. किनेसियोलॉजी और मसल टेस्टिंग इज अ रिवॉर्डिंग सब्जेक्ट फॉर स्टडीइंग द डायरेक्ट रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन द माइंड एंड आवर बॉडी. इसका जो बेसिक टेस्ट प्रोसीजर ऐसे होता है, इट्स नोन एज, इज वेरी इंफॉर्मेटिव एंड वेरी सिंपल टू लर्न. Diagnosticians use kinesiological methods to test the balance of the acupressure, the acupuncture system, is through going through the meridians and the overall functioning of the body's bioenergy system. इससे आपको अपनी bioenergy system का भी awareness हो जाएगी. Kinesiology deals primarily with muscle testing, as suddenly it drops the bioenergy as indicated by rapid weakening of body's musculature. बॉडी में बहुत मसल्स रहते हैं. जब ये मस्कुलेचर ड्रॉप होता है तो किनेसियोलॉजी आपको बता देती है कि आपकी इम्प्रूवमेंट है या इम्प्रूवमेंट है या डाउनग्रेडेशन है. This response can be elicited by any negative energy that comes within the aura or the vicinity of the bioenergy system. हम सबका ऑरा है, हमने कई बार बात करी, और हमारी जितनी बड़ी बॉडी नहीं है उससे ज्यादा बड़ा हमारा ऑरा है. देयर आर 7 लेयर्स टू अ ऑरा. इसीलिए मैंने एक बार आपको ये भी बताया था कि अपने ऑरा को गाइड कर सकते हैं आप. मैं तो बहुत बार करती हूँ, मैं बहुत बार भूल भी जाती हूँ. आई क्लोज माई ऑरा टू ऑल अनइनवाइटेड इन्फ्लुएंसेस by giving them love and light, and by securing my aura within myself, except with the guidance of my higher self. सिर्फ मेरा हायर सेल्फ मेरे ऑरा में अलाउड है, बाकी सबके लिए मैं ब्लॉक कर चुकी हूँ. यू कैन गो वेयर एवर यू वांट, मुझे नहीं चाहिए, तो मैंने लॉक लगा दिया. घर में जब आप लॉक लगा देते हैं, कोई भी बाहर से अंदर नहीं आता जब तक आपने अनलॉक नहीं किया. तो आपको अपने ऑरा को गाइड करना है, गार्ड करना है बाय क्लोजिंग योर ऑरा टू ऑल अनवांटेड इन्फ्लुएंसेस। एंड मेरी बात मानिए, हमारे जिस कमरे में भी हम बैठे हैं वहां लाखों सोल्स हैं, तो हमको किसी की एनर्जी हमारे अंदर नहीं चाहिए, सिर्फ पॉजिटिव एनर्जी चाहिए, जो किसकी है, हमारी सोल की है। सो प्लीज मेक इट श्योर दैट हमको नेगेटिव एनर्जी से नहीं रहना है। बोलना आसान है, प्रैक्टिस करना उतना डिफिकल्ट, उतना इजी भी नहीं है, बट बार बार रिमाइंड करना पड़ता है अपने आप को। The stimulus may be physical, such as artificial sweeteners, fluorescent lights, synthetic foods, fabrics, certain rhythms produced by heavy metal or rap music groups. आपने अगर किसी ने वाटर एक्सपेरिमेंट देखा होगा, वाटर को किससे एक्सपोज कर रहे हैं, उससे वाटर के स्ट्रक्चर बदल रहा है। सो हमारे बॉडी में 70% पानी है। हम कैसे एनर्जी से पानी पी रहे हैं? जब भी हम पानी पीते हैं, हम थैंक यू बोल के पॉजिटिव एनर्जी ले रहे हैं या ऐसे ही पी रहे हैं? अगर रखा हुआ पानी का ग्लास कमरे में रखा हुआ है और आप वो पी रहे हो, सबसे रॉन्ग कर रहे हो, बिकॉज उस पानी ने अब्सॉर्ब किया है बहुत कुछ। सो इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट टू सी वॉट यूर ईटिंग, यूर ड्रिंकिंग। पहनने में रियल क्लोथ्स आर व्हाट इज टू बी वोर्न। सिंथेटिक, अगर आप खाना खा रहे हो विद प्रोसेस्ड फूड, या पहन रहे हो, या आर्टिफिशियली इंड्यूस्ड येलो लाइट में हो, you are not, yeah, you're having artificial sweeteners, you're killing your body and its structure. So please be careful. जो म्यूजिक अच्छा लगता है, रिलैक्सिंग लगता है, रैप, कभी रैप म्यूजिक के साथ मेडिटेशन करा है? रैप चल डर 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 डर, यू कांट डू इट। जिन लोग को रैप म्यूजिक पसंद है, हैवी मेटल म्यूजिक पसंद है, इसका मतलब अंदर से टर्बुलेंस पसंद है। बाहर से शांत दिख रहे होंगे, but they like turbulence. So what music you're liking depends on the quality of life you have. जिन लोग को heavy metal या rap music पसंद है, वो उस पे jam करते हैं, 99% of life they are not financially solid, because उनकी लाइफ में उनको ये वाला kind म्यूजिक पसंद है। So अगर आपको ये म्यूजिक पसंद भी है, तो start listening to relaxing music. उससे जब अंदर रिलैक्सेशन आएगा, फाइनेंशियल अबंडेंस भी अपने आप आएगी। नए साल में अपने लिए ये सब चीजें तो एक पॉइंट आउट कर लीजिए, दिस इज व्हाट आई वांट टू बी। कपड़ा खरीदो तो प्लीज सी द लेबल, उसमें कितना सिंथेटिक उसमें इन्वॉल्व है। जितना प्योर ले पाओ लेना, प्रोसेस्ड फूड कम करना, अपनी बॉडी के एनर्जी फ्लो को आप कर सकते हो। One negative thought or feeling instantly weakens the body and creates an imbalance of the body's energy flow. इतनी मुश्किल से आपने संभाल के रखा अपनी बॉडी की एनर्जी को, और एक नेगेटिव थॉट आए, पूरा बैलेंस खत्म हो गया। Because this kind of muscle testing so beautifully and dramatically illustrates the connection between mind and body. It is worth the effort to know of the procedure and to experience it personally. कई लोग बोलेंगे क्यों सिखा रहे हैं, क्यों पढ़ा रहे हैं? बहुत important है। Therefore, we will go into some detail about this testing procedures, which is extremely simple and requires only 2 persons. It is important to note that both the tester and the one being tested must be over the conscious level of courage, which is calibration of 200, in order to obtain accurate responses from the testing procedure, for which there's Appendix B, which is attached. That is, those who are dedicated to truth are shown the truth. अगर आप और मैं ट्रूथफुल वर्ल्ड में हैं, तो भी हमें ट्रूथ दिखेगा, नहीं तो नहीं दिखेगा। Next, let's read about the kinesiological testing technique. Sir, हम बदल चुके हैं पेज. Yes, please. This test subject stands with one arm stretched out to the other and raised to shoulder height. ऐसे आपका हाथ बढ़ जाता है towards your thing. The second person serves as a tester. Using 2 fingers, the tester presses down quickly for a few seconds on the back of the testee's wrist to get a feel for muscle strength. At this time, when the tester presses down, he asks the test to resist all of his strength. It is important in doing this that the tester does not smile at the subject. There should be no talking or music at the moment. It is best to have the test subject view a neutral object, a blank wall, or shut the eyes. After several tries, the tester will get a feel of the strength of the subject's muscles. For the demonstration, simply have the subject think of an emotionally unpleasant situation or hold in mind an unpleasant person. While the subject holds this unpleasant thought in mind, the tester presses down again for a few seconds to test the strength of the subject's arm, which is still held out horizontally at the same time. The test subject again resists with all his strength. So ये सब टेस्ट होते हैं to observe कि हमारी अंदर की हालत क्या है, हमारी मसल पावर क्या है, जो बाहर से दिखा रहे हो, जो अंदर से एक्चुअली क्या है. इससे सडन मेजर वीकनिंग, आपकी क्या इमोशंस बोले जाते हैं देखने के लिए, उससे मालूम पड़ता है कि आपकी मसल की स्ट्रेंथ कितनी ज्यादा है. नाउ प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, अगर हम सब्जेक्ट को बोलते हैं कि प्लीज आप उस बारे में सोचो जिसमें आपको लव है, रीटेस्ट करो, इमीडिएटली आपकी मसल पावर स्ट्रांग हो जाएगी. ड्रामेटिक हाई एंड लो दिखाता है कि हम ह्यूमन बींग्स कितने ससेप्टेबल हैं चेंज के लिए, कितने ससेप्टेबल हैं वीकनेस के लिए, कितने ससेप्टेबल हैं दिखने के लिए. The test can be repeated with various negative objects held in the subject's other hand, in their mouth, or placed on the crown or the head or solar plexus chakra. To do this, have the subject look at a fluorescent light on a television commercial at the moment of testing, or test the difference between the effect of classical music versus heavy metal music, or rap music, homemade bread versus machine made bread, sugar versus honey. Survey it on the next page. Health food versus inorganic food, vitamin C versus organic rose hip vitamin C. Additional tests can be done for individual reactions. Two, diet sodas, cigarettes, soaps, favorite foods, and other objects with which we come into frequent contact. Simple iska ek nutshell hai. Keep yourself stronger by having the right vibration, by having the right food, right clothes, right effect, right music, right atmosphere. Do not weaken yourself up by using all of this. Let's read the last paragraph. This is a basic law of consciousness. We are subject only to what we hold in our mind. The body will respond to what we believe. If we believe that a certain substance is bad for us, it will be a weak test for us. If the substance is good for us, it will be a strong test for us. What is stressful to us, therefore, is primarily subjective. Muscle testing is responsible to unconscious belief system as well as conscious ones. Testing often reveals that a person unconsciously feels or believes the opposite of what they think they consciously believe. हम यहाँ से कुछ भी सोच रहे हो, यहाँ से क्या सोच रहे हैं ना, वो दिखता है. So please, please, please heal yourselves by putting in the right elements in yourself and atmosphere around you. कई लोग बोलते हैं मैंने अपने आप को तो बदल लिया, लेकिन मेरे आसपास के लोग नहीं बदल रहे, उनको बदलने के लिए क्या करूं? अपना नजरिया बदलो. Start seeing the good in them. अपने आप गुडनेस आएगी. लोग बोलते अरे मैं तो इस जर्नी पे आ गया, मैं तो इतना फर्क पड़ गया, अरे उन लोग को कैसे बदलूं? कहाँ फर्क पड़ गया? अभी भी नेगेटिव दिख रही है ना अपना उनको. हमने बार बार सीखा है, लेट्स काउंट द सिल्वर लाइनिंग इन द डार्क क्लाउड. उसी को देखो ना, बाकी को देखो ही मत ना. एक्सपैंड, हर इंसान में अच्छा होता है, राइट? प्लीज उसको देखना शुरू करें. लेट्स नॉट लुक एट द नेगेटिव. अपने आप हैबिट पड़ जाएगी अच्छा देखने के लिए सब लोगों में, एंड अपने आप लाइफ में निवारे न्यारे हो जाएंगे. विल गो टू द नेक्स्ट लेवल बिकॉज इट विल बिकम अमेजिंग. अगेन मैं रिपीट करती हूँ, फिर भी स्ट्रेस आएगा, फिर भी डिसईज आएगा, लेकिन जब आप कॉन्शियस हो जाएंगे तब आप उसको एलिवेट कर अपनी लाइफ से निकाल पाएंगे. Let's understand the relationship of consciousness, which is awareness, to stress and disease. As we have seen, stress proneness and vulnerability are directly related to our general level of emotional functioning. The higher we are on the scale of consciousness, the less we respond to stressful reactions. We can take a simple incident from everyday life and illustrate the difference in reactivity. जब हमारी vibrations high होती हैं, हम रिएक्ट नहीं करते, हम रिस्पॉन्ड करते हैं. हमारे अंदर ठहराव आता है. अगर आपने मुझे एक गाली दी तो मैं उस गाली को भी समझूंगी, उसके बाद मैं, तुमने मुझे ऐसे कैसे बोला, मैं नहीं बोलूंगी. अगर मेरा शॉर्ट टेम्पर चल रहा है, इसका मतलब मेरी कॉन्शियसनेस कम है. रॉन्ग नहीं है शॉर्ट टेम्पर होना, बट इंपॉर्टेंट क्या है, अवेयर होना कि मुझे शॉर्ट टेम्पर है, तो मुझे अपने आप के लिए कॉन्शियस होना पड़ेगा. दैट्स ऑल. फिर गिल्ट में मत जाए कि अरे मैं तो 8 महीने साल भर से पढ़ाई कर रही हूँ मॉर्निंग में, उसके बाद भी मुझे इतने सालों से कंडीशनिंग आई है, टाइम लगेगा ना जाने में. शॉर्ट फिक्स सोल्यूशन तो है नहीं कि ये चीज दिया और खत्म हो गया. We have to work on ourselves. Let's read an example. Let's say, for example, that we have parked our car and as we get out, the park in front of us backs up into our car with a thud. A bumper in the front of the fender are dented. Here is what the different levels of consciousness might sound like. Shame. How embarrassing. I'm such a lousy driver. I can't even park a car. I'll never amount to anything. जिस इंसान के अंदर shame है वो ऐसा बोलेगा. Guilt. Arey, I had it coming. How stupid I am. I should have done a better job of parking. Apathy. What's the use? It's useless. Things like this always happen to me. I probably won't collect on the insurance anyways. There's no use talking to the guy. He'll just sue me. Life stinks. ये हमारे रिएक्शंस हैं एक एक्सीडेंट जो हमने करा है गाड़ी का उसके लिए ग्रीफ oh गाड़ी the car is ruined I'll never be able to it'll never be the same life is grim I'll always probably lose a bundle on this one fear जब डर है this guy is probably furious I'm afraid he'll hit me I'm afraid I'll talk back to him he'll probably sue me I'll probably never get the car fixed again car repair people always rip me off insurance company will probably get out of this one and I'll be left with nothing holding the bag desire I can make a bundle on this one. I think I will hold my neck and fake a whiplash. My brother-in-law is a lawyer. We'll sue the pants off this idiot. I'll get a settlement on the higher estimate and get it fixed at a cheaper place. Anger. This damn idiot. I think I'll teach this guy a lesson. He deserves a good punch in the nose. I'll sew his pants off and make him suffer. My blood is boiling. I feel shaking with rage. I could kill the bastard. Pride. Look where you're going, you fool. Oh God, the world is full of such bumbling idiots. How dare he damage my new car? Who the hell does he think he is? He's probably got cheap insurance. Thank God mine is the best. Courage. Now, courage is very important. Oh, well, we've both got insurance. I'll take down the data and handle it, okay? A nuisance, but I can handle it. I'll talk to the driver and get it settled out of court. जब आप एडवर्स सिचुएशन में भी आपका रिएक्शन करेज का है हिम्मत का है इसका मतलब आप अराइव हो चुके हो और अगर आप पहले के ऊपर के रिएक्शंस दे रहे हो इसका मतलब आपकी बचकानी चीज अभी भी बाहर निकल रही है न्यूट्रलिटी these things happen in life you can't drive 20,000 miles a year without an occasional fender bender it's okay ऐसी चीजें होती हैं it's all right willingness how can I help this guy calm down he doesn't need to feel upset about it we'll just exchange the necessary insurance information and be okay with one another next is acceptance it could have been worse at least nobody is hurt it's only money anyways the insurance company will take care of it I suppose the guy is upset that's natural such things can't be helped god thank god I'm not running this universe it's only a minor nuisance बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट एक्सेप्ट करना कि अगर मैं शांत हूं सामने वाला परेशान है तो ठीक है ना होगा ना ऑब्वियस बात है रीजन लेट्स बी प्रैक्टिकल हियर I'd like to take care of this as quickly as possible so that I can get on with the day's activities. What's the most efficient way to resolve our problem? आपने गलती एक्सेप्ट कर ली और आप उससे सजेशन मांग रहे हो और आप बोल रहे हो I'm sorry and this can happen. Love. I hope the guy isn't upset. I'll calm him down. Says to the other driver, relax, it's all okay. We both got insurance. I know how it is. It's happened to me the same way. It was a minor dent and we got it fixed in a day. Don't worry, we won't report it if you don't want to. You can probably deduct it and avoid a raise in the insurance premium. There's nothing to be upset about. Reassures the upset driver, putting an arm on his shoulder in fellow human camaraderie. Peace. Well, isn't that fruitless? I was going to have the rattle in the bumper fixed anyways, and the fender already had a dent, so now I'll get it fixed for nothing. Aren't you George's brother-in-law? Just aren't you the guy I wanted to see? I have some great business that I think you can handle for me. We'll both benefit. You look like the right person to research it for us. How about a cup of coffee and we can talk over it? By the way, here's my insurance card. What's the name of your company? What a coincidence. Everything is going out for the best. No problem. Walks off humming with new friend. The incident is already forgotten. पीस पे आना इतना आसान नहीं होता बट जो आ जाते हैं वो बहुत ज्यादा पीसफुल होते हैं ये सारे हमने रिएक्शंस पढ़े अभी तक एक गाड़ी का एक छोटे से एक्सीडेंट के ऊपर दे ऑल आर इलस्ट्रेटिंग कि हम क्या बोल रहे हैं एक अब बोलते मैं बहुत शांत किस्म का इंसान हूँ बोलने से कुछ नहीं होता आपका रिएक्शन कैसा है वो इम्पोर्टेंट होता है It's very, very, very important to see your reaction. And आपको खुद को अपना मिरर दिख जाता है कि what are you doing? We ourselves create stressful reactions as a consequence of what we are holding within us. The suppressed feelings determine our belief system and our perception of ourselves and others. These in turn literally create events and incidents in the world, events that we then turn around and blame for our reactions. This is a self-reinforcing system of illusions. This is what the enlightened sages mean when they say, We are all living in an illusion. All that we experience are our own thoughts, our feelings, our beliefs, which are projected in this world, actually causing what we see to happen. हमें जो दिख रहा है वो हमारी असलियत है, हमें जो सुन रहा है वो हमारी असलियत है, बाकी सब एक भ्रम है. Most people have experienced all the different levels of consciousness at one time or another. But in general, we tend to operate primarily at one level or another for long periods of time. एंड जो लोग बोलते हैं लोग नहीं बदलते, वो सबसे रॉन्ग है, क्योंकि वो नहीं बदलना चाहते, इसलिए वो ये वाली बात बोल रहे हैं. सब इंसान बदलते हैं. जब आप 4 साल के थे या 40 साल के थे, आपने एक सेम चीज का रिएक्शन या रिस्पॉन्स अलग तरीके से करा कि नहीं? हम सब बदलते हैं. जब उम्र बदल रही है तो ज्ञान बदल रहा है, तो नॉलेज एक्सपीरियंस बदल रहा है, तो रिएक्शंस बदल रहे हैं, रिस्पॉन्सेस बदल रहे हैं. तो पहली बात तो ये बोलना बंद कर देना चाहिए हमको कि लोग नहीं बदलते, फितरत सेम रहती है. जो लोग ये बोलते हैं वो लोग खुद नहीं बदलना चाहते, राइट? Most people are preoccupied with survival in all its subtle forms, and so they reflect primarily fear, anger, and a desire for gain. They have not learned that the state of lovingness is the most powerful of all survival tools. लव है तो सब कुछ है, लव है तो तबीयत है, सेहत है, लाइफ है. एंड लव सिर्फ अपने वालों के लिए ही नहीं, दूसरे वालों के लिए ज्यादा. सद्भावना, कंपैशन, करुणा फॉर अदर पीपल मोर देन योर्स. So that is your true test. Interestingly, we said in earlier chapter, having a pet dog can lengthen a human life by 10 years. Why? Because the love, the affection, the caring for another being and companionship that go along with having with a dog mitigate the negative effects of stress. Love stimulates endorphins and life energy, bringing a healing balm to stress-prone lives. Life में stress है, तो life में बहुत सारी blessings भी हैं. Let's count our blessings. Let's make our life better. Let's follow in this world of love. Let's elevate our vibration. Let's meditate as much as possible. Let's have, absolutely try as much as to have absolute normal food. कई लोग functional medicine जो पढ़ते हैं, वो आप body में lotions क्या लगा रहे हो, टूथब्रश क्या कर रहे हो, शैम्पू क्या कर रहे हो, वो भी बताते हैं कि ये नहीं यूज करो, उसमें बहुत केमिकल्स हैं. विको वज्रदंत यूज कर लो, उसमें केमिकल नहीं है. आपको ध्यान हो, लुक कॉटनर में बताया था हमने. आसपास की चीजों से भी बॉडी में एनर्जी मिल रही है, आसपास की चीजों से भी हमारी फिजिकल इलनेस या स्ट्रेस में फर्क पड़ रहा है. अगर हम बहुत सारे आजकल लोग अपने बालों में ना वो डाइज लगाते हैं, अरे किसको दिखाना चाह रहे हो? ग्रे बाल इज ब्यूटीफुल, but you want to look young, so you color your hair. I'm not saying it's wrong, but use natural hennas or something which don't have color. These chemicals जो आप बालों में लगा रहे हो, आपके स्कैल्प के अंदर जा रहा है, आपके ब्लड सिस्टम के अंदर जा रहा है, इतनी नेगेटिविटी हार्नेस कर रहा है. People are putting fair and lovelies. Now that's going to spoil your skin and your body and your blood systems. That's why they say gracefully age. It's okay. जितना नेगेटिविटी से दूर रहो. लोग लेजर ऑपरेशंस करवा लेते हैं. आई एम नॉट सेइंग इट्स रॉन्ग, कुछ भी रॉन्ग नहीं, कुछ भी राइट नहीं है, बट जितना नेचुरल रहोगे उतनी बॉडी लंबी चलेगी. इट्स ब्यूटिफुल टू एज ग्रेसफुली. यहाँ पर झुर्रियां हैं, बट यहाँ पर काले बाल हैं. आई मीन, who are we living in? I've had graying. I'm 43 now. I saw 4, 5, 6 hair, and somebody's like, "No, now will you color?" I said, "No, I will never color. Nobody's colored in my family. Nobody has. So why should I? I don't want to color." So please be careful. Please be careful. अभी तक क्या करते आ रहे हो? Can we change ourselves? Conscious अगर हम हो जाएं in living a life, we will be very, very, very thankful. And this year 2021, count your blessings and see how lovely life is going to be. Tomorrow is a brand new year of a brand new day, a brand new day and a brand new year. And tomorrow we'll talk about relationship between our mind and body. Let's just tell each other that we are there for ourselves, no longer for each other. We are there for each other, but our most important love is for ourselves. Let's follow in that line of love. Thank you, Rahul sir. Now, Akshay or Ruchi or anyone, if you wish to read Rod Judkin's book, the chapter on the art of creative thinking. Yes, Akshay, thank you for raising your hand. And the chapter is so beautiful. Let's start being playful. We just talked about the power of dogs, right? Why did they say dogs increase our lifespan by 10 years? Because they're an epitome of love, affection. They are man's best friend because they're going to keep giving you love, love, love. So it's right there. Let's start being playful. Yes, Akshay,
Good
let's read.
morning. Am I audible?
Absolutely.
Stay playful. Out of the blue, the Fox Broadcasting Company asked Matt Groening to pitch to create a short animation for TV. It was his big break. Groening intended to use the characters from his successful cartoon strip, Life in Hell. He discovered 15 minutes before the pitch that Fox would insist on owning all rights to the characters and didn't want to lose control of them. He decided not to show them what he had prepared and needed a completely new idea immediately. In a desperate situation, Groening hurriedly formulated the dysfunctional cartoon family, the Simpsons, while waiting in the lobby. He gave them the only names he could think of quickly, those of his own parents and siblings. He won the pitch. It evolved into a half-hour program running every week for more than 20 years, generating movies, books, toys, and a pop culture empire worth millions. There has never been a TV show to equal its cultural impact. Mindlessly mesmerizing old information at school was so boring to Matt Groening that he was completely disengaged. He wanted to express himself, so during his lessons, he secretly drew instead. The thrill of making something out of nothing inspired him to produce hundreds of drawings. His refuge was the art room. He soon realized he lacked traditional artistic talent, so he incorporated stories and jokes into his drawings to make them more interesting. He explained that cartooning suited people like him who couldn't quite draw and couldn't quite write. So they had to put those two half talents together to come up with a career. Groening believed cartoons would be his livelihood. His friends had similar dreams too, but one by one they became serious grown ups. Groening knew he couldn't follow them. He continued to play. He worked as a cartoonist and did part time jobs to stay afloat financially. Groening watched the spirits of his contemporaries who had taken a serious attitude to their professions slowly wither and die. Their lives dried up as his blossomed. Whoever you are or whatever you do, staying playful is the only way to make the most of the situation. Play can help any field of activity because through it we discover and explore all available options. Author and psychiatrist Dr. Stuart Brown spent decades studying the importance of play for people in all walks of life, including business people and Nobel Prize winners.
Just one thing here. So, did you read this third paragraph on the 251 page number? Whoever you are or whatever you do, staying playful is the only way to make the most of the things, which also says be light in your energy. There's nothing to be strong, there's nothing to be very heavy about. Play can help any field of activity because through it we discover and explore all available options. बहुत important है if possible नए साल में be little joyful, be playful. If you can see something comic, something fun, try to have one resolution if you can. Okay, let me become a humorous person. I know लोग इतना serious इंसान था jokes crack करना शुरू कर दिया. Good ना? If you can make people feel light and good, like, we went for a dinner day before at a very dear friend's house. And I just told the couple, I said, when I come to your house, I go back so happy because that girl, she's a friend of mine, her laughter is so giggly and bubbly. And I'm like, oh my God, it's beautiful. And her husband also has a very throaty laughter. So both of them are so fun to be with. Man, jaake lagta hai ki you've gone through a de-stress therapy. So how if we become such people? घर पे क्या हम क्यों इतना स्ट्रेस लें खाना परफेक्शन से आया है कि नहीं सर्वेंट ने सही कपड़े पहने हैं कि नहीं खाने के स्वाद सही है कि नहीं सर्विस से शी इज सो बिंदास इन हर हाउस द स्टाफ ब्रिंग्स ऑटोमेटिकली एंड शी इज लाइक मुझे भी सर्व कर दो यार शी डजंट से कि खाओ 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 अपने आप सब करो स्टाफ इज हैंडलिंग और यू गाइस हैंडलिंग सो कैन वी become playful? Can we stay playful? And that's the question we should ask ourselves. Yes, please continue, Akshay.
Author and psychiatrist Dr. Stuart Brown spent decades studying the importance of play for people in all walks of life, including business people and Nobel Prize winners. He reviewed over 6,000 case studies that explored the role of play in each person's life. He discovered that lack of play was an important factor in predicting criminal behavior among murderers in Texas prisons. Brown explained that play should be purposeless, fun, and pleasurable. The focus should be on the actual experience, not on achieving a reward. Unfortunately, the only kind of play acceptable to society is competitive play, usually sports that have a clear goal of victory. Play is a catalyst. It boosts productivity and is vital for problem solving. Play is not taken seriously enough. It is as important for adults as for children. We don't lose the need for novelty just because we become older. We all need to remember that play creates useful and practical solutions. You're a success in your field if you don't know whether what you're doing is work or play.
Isn't it beautiful?
Hmm.
If you can live our life playfully, joyfully, happily, and enjoy whatever we are doing, imagine every day you coming back with having a de-stress therapy. Oh, how was your day? Oh, it was joyful. It was playful. Rather than making your work stressful, let's start looking at things very lightly. कभी कुछ मन मुताबिक हमने प्लान किया था नहीं हुआ. See the bright side. Now that's one gift all of us can give to ourselves, not only for the coming year, but for a coming life ahead. Heraclitus says, man is most nearly himself when he achieves the seriousness of a child at play. So all of us know by now that we have an inner child. कितनी रेयरली हम फन लेते हैं, कितने आप खुद ही आते हो लोग, कितना आप ट्रैम्पोलिन पे जंप करते हो या पार्क में जाकर पानी डालते हो या पिलो फाइट करते हो या यू रनिंग अराउंड, यू हैविंग फन, यू गिगलिंग. हाउ रेयरली वी डू दैट. Can we gift ourselves half an hour or 20 minutes in a day just to be joyful? मैं इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हम कपिल शर्मा जाके ऑब्जर्व कर ले, नो हार्म. बाहर से आप कर रहे हो, नो हार्म. But can we do something? Can we start reading those books of Kushwant Singh again to have jokes? And can we start practicing how to have a fun life? Can we start looking at ourselves and laughing and smiling? We are never too old to be childish. Thank you so much, Rahul sir. I mean, I just think that's one gift we should all give to ourselves. Just always be happy, smiling versions. Anybody sees us, oh my God, what a smiling persona. Kabhi sumra nahi betha. Kabhi she's never like, she's always like light, always bright. Let's gift ourselves that beautiful feeling. And for that, we have to practice. It's not like it's inborn. If it is, wonderful. If not, let's just work on it. All right, time for a meditation. And this meditation is about unconditional love. So how beautiful. All right, everyone. Let's check our postures. Our back straight. Us sitting centered, balanced and aligned. And let's take a deep breath in to enhance this feeling. Take a deep breath in, inhale. And ever so gently, let's exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And very slowly keep exhaling until your stomach is forced to go inside. Everything's completely sucked out. Resume your normal breathing. You're much more centered, much more balanced, much more aligned. And now on this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day, the last day of this beautiful year, let's be so grateful for this unconditional love that we are all feeling, whether it's for ourselves or for someone, or generically, love is what we have learned to feel. Whether we've actually practiced it or whether it's come on its own is immaterial. We all channels of love. We all channels of light. Because life is magical. Life is love. Life is power. Life is gratitude. Let's reaffirm and tell ourselves, I love and accept myself right now. No conditions attached. The way I am, the way I look, the way I feel, I love and accept myself as is. No more conditioning that if this happens, I will feel better. If this goes off, I will love myself a bit more. If I look like this, I will feel better. No, let's love and accept ourselves right now the way we are. You are beautiful. You are powerful. You are so good, so wonderful. And you know that. Just that you probably haven't accepted yet. You are divine. You're made in the image of God. You are in the process of becoming your own best friend, your go-to person, the person you're most joyously living with. You're whole and complete. You're not dependent upon teachers, coaches, mentors, guardians, children, parents, spouses, friends. You are your best friend. Your energy is vibrating at a higher level. Many of us, unfortunately, in the past, have not loved ourselves. We have been very happy loving others, or pretending to love others, to do things for them which we thought made us happy, not realizing we are compromising on our quality of life. If we don't have love for us and that thing at the moment, how can we be the channels of love? We thought we will love ourselves when we lose weight, when we get a new job, when we get a new spouse, a partner, or a car, a product, a house, a factory, or work, or business, or money. We thought we will love our life a bit more if any of these come in. That means we are putting ourselves off loving ourselves out. Now let's truly go and reflect and ask ourselves, what truly happens when we get a new job, or the partner that we're looking for, or when we lose weight? Do we love ourselves then? Or was it only a nature that we thought if that happens, we will be able to love? Or do we look for something else now? Okay, this has happened, but if this happens, I will love myself. Do we realize how conditional our love is for ourselves? How dependent? Our wish list is happening one after the other, and the period of loving ourselves is going one after another. Lost so many minutes, seconds, hours, years, days, weeks of loving ourselves. Now, let's promise ourselves that I love and accept myself every moment right now. The only time we can begin to love ourselves in when we are right here in this moment. No stalling it. I love myself. I love myself. I am love. I am a channel of love. I give love. And now I have become an unconditional love channel because I do not have conditions to love myself. I give myself love unconditionally because I accept everything the way it is, knowing that what's meant to change will change. Yes, I manifest, But I also know that I trust the process of life. Please tell yourselves, use your name and tell yourselves, I love you. Within your mind or out loud, keep your hands on your heart, both the hands on your heart, and tell yourself in your inner child, I love you. I accept you. And I promise to start loving unconditionally. I'm willing to start loving unconditionally. All along, I never was aware of love. That loving myself was the most precious gift. Self love was the most amazing gift to be given. And now, in this beautiful year of 2021, I'm very proud of myself that I have given time to myself to evolve by being there in the classes, because this was time for self discovery, self evolution, self love. I'm very proud of myself. Now, pat your backs. You have been in there, you've done it. And on this beautiful 31st December, the morning of the Brahma, you have taken the blessings of the divine sun by saluting it. You have given yourself a beautiful round of love. You've told yourself that I love myself unconditionally. And this love affair is here to continue for life. Me and me. Miracles and me. The magical me. Here I come. Here I am. And so it is. And let's bow our heads in gratitude towards Mother Earth, Dharti Ma, Janani Janmabhoomi. Dear Mother Earth, just as a mother gives unconditional love, today I request you to fill my body through my roots with unconditional love. No judgments, no conditions, nothing, just love, love, love. When I am love and when I have written over the repressed and oppressed feelings, suppressed feelings, when I've written them over with love, 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 and acceptance, all I am is love. Everything that I attract is full of love, whether it's financially, whether it's physically, whether it's emotionally, whether it's spiritually, intellectually. I am evolving in the world of love. I give love and I get love. I shower people and things with love, and I am showered with love, love, and love, abundance in all spheres. Now let's look at a life and be so grateful for all the life lessons we've acquired, knowingly or unknowingly. Every unknowing lesson was also important. Every downfall was also important. And today, dear life, I wish to thank you for doing what you did best at whatever you did at that point with your best of experience. No judgments attached. You are incredible. You're wonderful. You're powerful. And I know today we're sowing the seeds of love and acceptance, and let peace prevail. Let harmony be there in our world that we live. Let people drop off all inhibitions of casteism, racism, division. Let everyone become one. Let gratitude run in the bloodstreams of everyone. Kritagya Bharat, Kritagya Desh, Kritagya Dunya, Kritagya Ham. Let's be so grateful, so thankful, so mesmerized, and so blessed. Now let's open our hands towards the universe. Dear universe, thank you for telling us to trust the process of life. Yes, we were doubtful. We accept. Yes, we still have some doubts. We accept. But we're willing to trust you. And we are so grateful for all the blessings that have come in this life, in this year, in this beautiful journey. And we amass them with great beingness. Thank you to everyone who's taught us through whichever platform, whichever dimension, whichever realm, through whichever book or people. We are a teacher, we've been taught, and we will continue to teach. To all the angels and guardians, thank you for blessing us and protecting us. We seal our auras with a lot of love and letting the outward influences be in the outer world. Me and my higher self in complete divine unity. Let's fold our hands and be grateful to our higher self for always divinely guiding us. Whenever things go wrong, our higher self cautions us. Whenever things go right, our higher self promotes us, motivates us. Dearest higher self, I close my aura to all unwanted influences except you. I love you, I thank you, and I'm blessed. And so it is. With this beautiful feeling of love, light, and being blessed, let's fill our body in all the nadis, all the meridians, full of love and light. Let's see the love, the divine love entering us through our Sahasrara chakra, our crown chakra. See it entering and gushing in every part of your being, through your blood vessels, through your meridians, through all your body. See the love emanating from the heavens above and entering your body with this beautiful white healing light. We are blessed, we are love, we are light. And now with this blessing, let's bless each other and all sentient beings on Mother Earth and every possible place on the universe. Wherever there's life, let our blessings reach them. Be blessed, Akshay, Anita, Ruchi, Vijayji, Surendraji, Pratimaji, Manish, Ritu, Richa, Meenakshi, Dr. Kamakshi, Manisha, Rahul sir, Amrita ma'am, and to all sentient beings. Love, light, blessings, and wishes for a fabulous, grateful being of 2021 and a beginning of a wonderful 2022 and a wonderful new life ahead. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Be blessed. Divine love from my Atma to yours. Atma Namaste. Be blessed. Yes, Akshay.
While doing the meditation, it came to my mind that 12th of January is nearing, and it's been almost a year, and it has been such a wonderful experience in the last 3 sessions. So when will we be meeting again in the morning sessions?
So Akshay, I'm just taking a short pause. And one day I had a download of new programs which just came in. The topics also came in, the themes also came in, but I haven't really gone into download further as to what the content will be. But what I'm looking at now, I'll be very honest, is a little pause, because I do plan to go for my Vipassana. Hopefully, God willingly, everything will be perfect and I will be able to go physically. And then, of course, we will be starting back definitely not later than Feb. I've given myself a deadline. As I learned from all these beautiful authors, a deadline is important. Otherwise, you keep stalling it. So Feb being the month of love, I am looking at starting my morning series again and even the evening series in Hindi, because I missed that part also. And they're going to be probably shorter, 7 days, 14 days, 21 days. And what content is coming in is kind of outlined, but I haven't worked on it much. So I think we will be picking up one book and not multiple books. And we will be working on that book's content for that particular week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So yeah, shorter programs will be coming in so that, if I need to go for my meditations or my holidays, I don't break that flow. So I'll be very honest, last year, I've really had to see where I'm going. Because I was here. Like I really wanted to go to Nitya's retreat for 21 days, a cave retreat, but I could not go because I was committed to be here. So I realized that my own journey hasn't gone to the next level, which it should have. So I should also have the flexibility to taking the time off for me. So I am also hooked to all of you, but time for myself as well is as important. So hence the shorter programs. And of course, one-to-one day journey is on the cards, is what I saw, but I'm not sure when is it. So a lot of programs had come in. So I don't know how it will be flowing. I just know something, my higher self, Kamal, is guiding me, and I'm going to follow him completely. So whatever I'm guided, I will be following. But Feb, the month of love, we will meet again for sure. So it will be a break, but we'll come back to each other. Thank you, Akshay, for your trust, for joining in, and for being there like a pillar. You and Pratima ji I see on screen right now. We've been together from 12th of January until 10th of January, or maybe 12th of January is when we close. So let's make it a full anniversary and close. Let's see how it goes. So lots of love and thank you, thank you, thank you. 12th of January, in fact, let's have a reunion. Let's have a party, a celebration, a virtual one. Let's do it. So
Thank
thank you,
you.
everyone. And thank you, Akshay. Yes, Pratima ji, please unmute yourself. We can't hear you. Yes, now we can.
You've made our 2021 the most blissful year. I'm so grateful to you going through this pandemic, but with LTS series was like a blessing, a real blessing. God bless you for everything, whatever you've done for us. Really so indebted for all the things.
I've done
Everything.
for myself. In the process, everyone else has helped.
Love you for all what you've done
Love
for
you.
us. Really
Thank
love
you
you.
so much. Thank you.
Bless you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. A beautiful gift from Pratima ji and my favorite Akshay on this beautiful morning of the last day. So thank you for bringing in your love and blessings. I'm truly grateful. Thank you. Thank
Always
you.
there for you, always.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you. Let's see each other tomorrow in a beautiful, magical day. Thank you.